I've mentioned many times before that the antitrust suits which are being staged against many of the big tech companies may eventually come and haunt their earnings and may come as a dampener for their stock valuations. Google has violated US antitrust law with its search business, a federal judge has held on Monday, handing the tech giant a staggering court defeat with the potential to reshape how millions of Americans get information online and to upend decades of dominance. According to Judge Amit Mehta, writing in his opinion, after having carefully considered and weighed the evidence, the witness testimony, the court reaches the following conclusion that Google is a monopolist and it has acted as one to maintain its monopoly. The decision by the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia is a stunning rebuke to Google's oldest and most important business. The company has spent tens of billions of dollars on exclusive contracts to secure a dominant position as the world's default search provider on smartphones and web browsers. Those contracts have given it the scale to block out would-be rivals such as Microsoft's Bing and DuckDuckGo. The US government has alleged in a historic antitrust lawsuit filed during the Trump administration. Now that powerful position has led to anti-competitive behavior that must be stopped, according to Judge Mehta. Specifically, the Google's exclusive deals with Apple and other key players in the mobile ecosystem were anti-competitive, according to Judge Mehta. Google has also charged high prices in search advertising that reflect its monopoly power. Those contracts have long meant that when the users want to find information, Google is generally the easiest and the quickest platform to go to, which in turn has fueled Google's massive online advertising business. While the court did not find that Google has a monopoly in search ads, the broader strokes of the opinion represent the first major decision in a string of US government-led and competition lawsuits targeting the big tech companies. This case in particular has been described as the biggest tech antitrust case since the US government's antitrust showdown with Microsoft at the turn of the millennium. Neither Google nor the Department of Justice immediately responded to a request, but obviously so. This case is distinct from a separate antitrust suit that was brought by the Biden administration against Google in 2023 related to the company's advertising technology business. That case is expected to head to trial in early September. Monday's decision marks the second high-profile antitrust defeat for Google after a federal judge in California said in December that Google runs an illegal monopoly with its proprietary App Store. The court in that case is still deliberating possible remedies. Now, what could be the possible penalties here? Mehta's decision is expected to trigger a separate proceeding to determine what penalties Google could face, after which point the company is also likely to file an appeal. But the ruling could ultimately upend how Google makes its search engine available to users by impacting its ability to make the pricey deals with device makers and online search providers that are heart of the case. Other remedies could be on the table too. For example, the court could force Google to implement a choice screen, letting users know about other available search engines. The company is also likely to face a monetary fine, although the fines are not the primary way in which the American antitrust system enforces the law. At the time the lawsuit was first filed, the US antitrust officials also did not rule out the possibility of a Google breakup, warning that Google's behavior could threaten future innovation or the rise of a Google successor. The ruling could also be a bellwether for other major tech antitrust cases that are moving through the courts, including against Apple and Amazon. Both Amazon and Apple have called the antitrust lawsuits filed against them wrong on the facts and the law. Mehta's 277-page opinion follows a lengthy multi-week trial that saw high-ranking executives from Google as well as rivals and partners including Apple, Microsoft and others testify in person. Much of the complex proceeding took place behind closed doors, reflecting the sensitive business information that was involved in the deals that powered Google's search dominance. At trial, some critics had warned that Google's search monopoly, which is fed by a never ending supply of user search queries, would allow it to leapfrog to a dominant position in artificial intelligence or AI. The enormous amount of search data that is provided to Google through its default agreements can help Google train its artificial intelligence models to be better than anyone else's, threatening to give Google an unassailable advantage in AI that would further entrench its power. This is according to Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. Nadella's testimony highlighted how the government's case may have far-reaching consequences that go beyond traditional search and may shape the future of a technology world leaders have described as potentially transformational. If the court takes away Google's agreements that make it the default search engine on so many devices, it could hurt the company's core product at an extremely pivotal moment. And its ubiquity is its biggest trend, especially as competition heats up among the AI-powered search alternatives. And this could mean a growing threat to Google's search dominance posed by artificial intelligence search tools like the OpenAI's ChatGPT. Friends, as far as the stock market valuations are concerned, this loss of the antitrust suit against Google comes at a very wrong time. Just when the world stock markets are going through a meltdown, it has come on a very wrong day and could have far-reaching consequences. Big tech earnings, as you know, and big tech valuations have been at the forefront of the market's rally over the last couple of years. And if you find that such an antitrust suit does impose restrictions on Google and its search engine, its ability to become a monopoly player and its ability to rule over many mobile makers, cell phone makers, then that shows that the big tech earnings could start getting a hit. If many antitrust suits like this start succeeding against these big tech companies, that could be a shape of things to come, can badly impact big tech earnings. So this, along with the overvaluation in the stock markets and the fears of a recession in the United States, will take upfront seat now from here onwards. And I believe that Judge Mehta's decision can have far-reaching consequences for the big tech earnings and their market valuations. Consequently, the indices could also suffer very much on account of such a decision. To get to know where the markets are headed from here, do join our Prime or Prime Plus Telegram groups, which are addressed specifically for the US markets and the US indices, the Dow Jones, S&P 500, NASDAQ, and the Russell 2000. You can do that by WhatsApping us on 982-086-1044. Alternatively, you can also email us at globalmoneyinvestor@gmail.com. globalmoneyinvestor@gmail.com. Have an interesting and a great rest of the day. God bless you and God bless America. Take care. Bye-bye.